Welcome my friends! Let's come join with me cooking my special lasagna. First of all, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year! And the special ingredients is the venison meat, not beef, not pork, not chicken, or not lamb. It's a deer meat. So as you can see, I have a deer meat here. It's about over 3 pounds and it's frozen. I have no time to defrost it before I left the house to work. So what I'm going to do is throw it in a pan with a slow cook. No water or anything. I just put it in the pan, cover, and put it in number 2 heat. As you notice, it has started to thaw. So I gently scraping it until there's no frozen left in the meat. This is another way of method that I use when I have no time to defrost the meat. Once it's thawed, then I turn up the heat into a highest. And then I add all the ingredients, the bay leaves, the salt, the pepper, like onion, garlic powder. I did this because I want the meat to have the taste or the season soak into the meat before the final seasoning. As you can see, I use the plain meat that so many people use, a sausage or Italian sausage, or the meat that already seasoned. Since the meats are not seasoned, I add all these ingredients before I put all the final seasoning or the sauce with the meat. So basically you are making your own Italian sausage made with the venison. Also, I'm going to put the descriptions and seasoning ingredients at the end of the video. So next, while I'm waiting to dry up the meat, I am going to start boiling water for my pasta. So I'm going to cook 12 pieces pasta for 2 layers of the lasagna. And also read the instructions of how to cook the lasagna pasta at the back of the box. So my meat is started to dry up. I'm going to add olive oil or anything cooking oil and saute the garlic and the onion. I just put aside the meat on the other side because I want the meat a little bit taste of the toast while I'm sauteing the garlic and the onion on the other side. You don't have to toast the garlic. As long as it's turned brown, then you can add the onion and saute all together. And as soon as it is translucent, then you can mix up with the venison. This is another way how you make your venison from your fridge. Hey, there's a bunch of meat in your fridge, so you have to make more ideas of how to make any dish added to the kitchen than the grill or steak or, you know, a chili and what else. I am sure there's so many ways of how to make or dish with this venison meat. Well, they're hunters. I am happy to know all of this from you all also. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna use. 1 can of 28-ounce crushed tomato, 2 of the 8-ounce tomato sauce, and 2 tomato paste of 6 ounce, and half of this spaghetti sauce. After the saute, I combine all the sauces. Start from the crush and the tomato sauce, the paste, and half of 1 pound of the spaghetti sauce. The reason I put the spaghetti sauce instead of water, it's because the spaghetti sauce has season on it already. You can use any spaghetti sauce. There is no difference once you mix up with the meat. As you can see, we're making our Italian sausage here. Then I added a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of sage, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and a half teaspoon of fennel seeds. You can add a drizzle of oregano also. All the seasonings, it doesn't matter. You can add whatever you want in your kitchen. And then I add another drizzle of salt, like at least a half to 1 teaspoon. And that's good enough for the entire cooking. And then just mix up and cover it and then cook it for at least an hour to an hour and a half in a slow cook until the meat become thick. So while we're waiting this meat to dry up for like at least an hour or an hour and a half, depends on how thick you want to be to the meat. And prepare the last ingredients of the recipe. I cook the noodles based on the instructions of the box. Now let's make the ricotta cheese mixture, combining with 1 egg, a drizzle of dried parsley. You can also use fresh parsley, half teaspoon of salt, 16 ounces of ricotta cheese or more. Mix it and set aside. While preparing our final stage of our recipe, let's turn on the oven for 375 degrees or 190 Celsius. So here you go. Here are the first settings of the pasta. First, layer the 1/4 of the meat at the bottom of the pan. I am using 12 by 14 size of the pan. You could also 9 by 13 pan, whatever available you have. Once it's completely covered the bottom of the pan, layer the 6 noodles over the meat, spread with a half of the ricotta cheese mixtures, and top with the mozzarella. You can use the slices, but it happened that I only have the shredded mozzarella, so that's what I use, and it's also work. Then repeat the procedures. Lay the half meat over the top of the mozzarella cheese. and just spread it, and once it's completely covered, sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. You can also use the sliced or the shredded. Like I said, this is a homemade lasagna, and I'm just using whatever available in my kitchen, and there's nothing wrong with it. They are the same taste. And then repeat the layer of the noodles over the top of the Parmesan cheese. The last ricotta mixtures. The mozzarella cheese. And the last, meat. Okay, last part. Top with the mozzarella cheese and then the Parmesan cheese, and then the last is spray the foil with the fan oil to prevent sticking to the pasta, and then bake it for 25 minutes. Remove foil and then bake an additional 25 minutes, and then cool down for 15 minutes before serving. Hope you enjoy my cooking. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year! Super yummy, super delicious.